Greetings everyone, here's Lodrik, and this is a game war in the Pacific Advanced Edition. This is my play by even match against AsuRob. He's a commander, and for me it is the Empire of Japan. This is now November the 2nd, 42. Yesterday was again not so successful day for the Allied Air Fleet at Australia. And the overall situation is, I guess, still similar. But Rob, his submarines are able to mine here the Seaway to Palmbang, and one of my small short-range cargo ships hit a mine. That is not so good. Yeah, it's going down. But better cargo ship and not a tanker. I'm nearly done with upgrading all my tactical bombers to Helens. Mostly 2B. The casualty rate of my army air fleet was not so high. So most of my pilots have good experience, now good equipment. I mean, overall, the air war is very in my favor. But Rob have still enough aircraft to attack me every day. I really need some kept over Townsville. Afternoon, and still the same story. The midges are coming without an escort and without a really strong fighter sweep up front. Oh, but maybe the high casualties yesterday break the morale in Australia, and or Rob make the decision to maybe stand down and wait a little. Next battle foreseen, and again no real victory, but 1-to-1 kill ratio is still in my favor in the long run. And victory here, pushing north, not so hard. No, the allies are attacking me. And my armored car unit was low on supplies and cannot really fight, and so it's kicked out. Ugh. But the only tank kept very cheap to rebuild. It's more or less like a scout unit, nothing else. Good. So first, check of air losses, 13-1. So again, good ratio, but not really a high. Yeah, not a day what I often see with Rob and his air losses. I lost no fight at all. I'm not sure if I even lost a pilot. No. Good. So if we are here at the pilot kill, you can see I have now 1, 2, 3. Naja, I have 3 quad aces and 1 25 kills. I'm not more sure how you want to call this. With experience of 95 and 336 missions, so he's more or less flying non-stop every day a mission. Yeah. And if I go down, you can see there are many other aces. I mean, officially in the game you are ace with 5. I don't know if you... I think you are double ace, but I don't think the game really count more than double ace. And it's no only names. Good, so and if I check for experience, yeah, 95, that is really the best guy. You have 2 guys with 95 already. Air losses, if overall the campaign, so the true number is 5,723 for the Allies and 1,176 for Japan, so my numbers are true. It's clear to see that the zeros are more or less handling most of the battles so far. M2, M4, M5, so M4 is the land base, M2, M5 is the carrier base. Of course there's also some other aircraft getting destroyed. I will have now more and more Todros on the field, so I can use them to take over maybe at least in some areas the burden of fighting. And for the Allies, roughly 900 aircraft over-reported. So minus 15% for everything, and then this may be the true number. But you can see that Warhawks and Aerocobras are trying together with the Wildcats to fight. Let's say this. And dive bombers together with Australian bomber fleet is dying, and I mean you can see nearly 200 B-17s destroyed. This is only the E. Yeah. Ship sunk. All date for Japan. Well, all date. By points, there's not really any change. So it's still my carrier, the big tanker, some light cruisers, and that was all. Some other supply ships, cargo ships. So the 2 light cruisers plus the carrier, and this is a light carrier. So it's all the second line military equipment what I lost. And if I only check for destroyers, you can see, yeah, there are some destroyers lost, but I was able to rebuild, and I lost not really strength at all. I'm even getting stronger slowly. For the Allies or ships, yep. Oh, it's not working. Wrong setup. Should be now true that Enterprise really sunk. Yeah, at Auckland. So maybe it's true. We will see. More or less, the Allies lost a lot of, not so many carriers. If I only care the carriers, there's 3 reported carriers sunk. The British carrier went down, Charlotte went down, Enterprise I'm still not so sure. Could be, but who knows. But battleship wise is They are all, I think, dead. But it's maybe more the cruisers where Rob lost more, plus the amount of destroyers. But still not a total victory for me, that's for sure. So I would say, Navy-wise, it is an open match. Air battle, it's clearly a win for me, and land-based battle is also in my favor. I mean, overall, of course, I am clear in the lead of points, but we will see in the future. So in China, there's no really change of the situation. Taking this city is maybe one of the last with some industry. What is meaningful for me could be helpful. Taking this bigger army out, but I think they're low on supplies, especially in the mountains. And yeah, I'm not so sure. Maybe these are really all very weak units, or you would stay here very overstacked. If I can take here the mountain pass and then enter the valley of Sichuan, that would be then sooner or later, I think, the end of China. If you're losing this, if it is able for Japan to take out this two big cities, Chongqing and Chengdu, that is the heartland of Chinese industry. Calcutta looks fine, and yeah, so far I'm not so sure if there are now many units retreating or only the heavily broken one. There's also other units that are trying to retreat here. I arrive with a full division, so I can maybe counterattack and then destroy or kick it at least. I will only go to the river, of course. I will not cross the river. It's too far away from Calcutta, and I'm still undersupplied here. I cannot really fight an active war here. I can only, more or less, only defend and hold. Many kills also here at Ceylon. You can see that I'm ready, or converted and upgraded here this Oscars now to Tojos. These are always the Tojo 2Cs. That is a capable aircraft with 4 heavy machine guns. A good dogfighter, not maybe a bomber killer, but yeah, it's enough. And always good experience and skills. This is submarine base, nothing else. Rob never focused on kicking me out here, and so I only try to hold it as long as possible the submarine base to maintain my submarine positions here at Karachi. Without this base, I cannot keep the submarines here in this area. Java and this is fine. There was some mines here, so I must send a local minesweeper. I don't have any here. I have four local minesweepers here in Singapore. I can send them down. I have local minesweeper here in the port of Palm Bank, so maybe he will start to clean this mine. Normally these are only 20 mines, or what a submarine can left behind, if it's one submarine. In Australia, so 1 unit is left behind. This will be defeated tomorrow, and then I march north. I also try to take here the big mines west of Townsville. And at the same time, I must try to hold here the line at Bundaberg. But you can see that there's some equipment already forming up. So this armored car unit is now half disabled, half destroyed, or at least partly disabled and partly destroyed. I better fall back. Some tankette, and they are really ever getting an upgrade? No, not really. Not that I can see them. I push here with other tankette, so these are my scout units, more or less only to bother and stop the free movement of Allied forces here in the outback. And this unit was also defeated? I'm not more sure. No, this is a full tank regiment, so there's some firepower. No, I hope it's enough to retake the dot base. Goodie. Yeah, that was all. I think the industry area or ND, I can maybe check. Engine production looks fine. So more or less all engines are under production now. Also at a bonus, only the H45, they are just fresh, relatively fresh, and so I need some time to build up the 500 pool points. Yeah, production now. Finally, I can able to start the MAG. Finally, I have already the D4C, so this is recon aircraft duty. At the same time, you have already the G1N1C is also a recon aircraft, but twin engine, and it's making not really any sense to produce this aircraft. It's really, I don't know. This is a twin engine, needs more supplies. This is a one engine, needs less supplies. And if you put some drop tanks on the Judy, it will also consume like two engines, the supplies, but have more range and is faster. So I don't know why you really need the G1N1. So I would never invest anything in this. I only build very small quantities. Some air wings have the upgrade pass with this aircraft, but I would say you can also forget it. And I think it's also now possible to produce my first night fighter now, if I remember correctly. Yeah, so I can produce now the Key 45D. I must only upgrade it. So this is the first night fighter aircraft I have. You cannot convert every night fighter directly to this air wing, but some at least. So maybe in December I can maybe start to convert one or two air wings to night fighter duty if I really need them. Torpedo bombers are also soon ready. This is a new torpedo bomber, the B6, so faster, a little more tough, and a little more range than the B5. More important is maybe it's in the D4 Judy dive bombers. It gives you more flexibility. The Tony, the Key 100 is also 1 month, 2 months away. That would be normally the aircraft replace the Tojo. So I'm not much. I think next time I will not go for Tojo. I only push the Oscar and push the Tony, and then the Tony can replace the Oscar. I don't really see a very big useful slot for the Tojo. Or at least I was not able to find it. Maybe Warp is not the right opponent for this kind of testing. And sooner or later the George will replace the Zeros. Once the George is always better than the Zero A6. Good. Ship production, nothing really special. All submarines are on hold, what you can hold. All destroyers are always on maximum building speed. All cruisers on normal speed. Battleships, I switch them now all, or battle cruisers, or large cruisers, or whatever you can call them. Now on normal build, I only try to match the two battleships that they're arriving at the same time. Then I will also go with Yamato normal speed. But no need to really rush them any earlier, because I would say if you don't have at least no, yeah. So there's an upgrade, but I don't see it now. But normally, if this ships arrives, there's an upgrade for 43 that you also get the Navy search, surface search radar, so that you can also fight at night on equal terms with allies. And the cruiser killers, I keep them together in October, and one is arriving already with 44 technologies, other one not. Don't know why, but it is like this. So that is more or less the best you can get out of this ship. So double air search and the normal surface search. And I think still I don't know if they are really useful at the time. You will never get them before 43, and 43 I think torpedo bombers, dive bombers are so strong that I think it's a little waste to invest too much money in this kind of ships. And number one issue for me in the game months already is more or less ship out supplies to the locations where I need them, and I have the capacity to ship. I have tons of ship in Tokyo waiting, but I never have no cargo. And I always ship everything automatically to Busan from Singapore, so I don't really need to ship a lot of resources. And the resources that arrive here will only go this short way. So all is fine and working well. Industry of Japan is under control. There was 1 or 2 weeks where there was a shortage of fuel and shortage of resources, but it was only a short time. Good. See you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.